You want to know the best performing Michael Jordan cards over the last calendar year, 365 days. These are 14 cards that have doubled in value over the last 365 days. You don't want to miss this video. Do you have any of these? How many of these cards do you have? Can you still buy them knowing that they've gone up 100% over the last 365 days? Stay tuned, watch the video, wait until you get to the end and you'll see card number 1 on our list. PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code CAJUN, all caps, C-A-J-U-N, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana, and today's video is a fun one. We're going to take a peek back at the last 1 year. We're going to go back to May 13th, 2023, and I wanted to see the best performing Michael Jordan cards during the past year. Now, here's a caveat. We're going to use card ladder data as we always do in their sales history. I am only looking at mint or better. I know there's been too much hyper emphasis on PSA 10s, so I included PSA 9s and BGS 9s, and we're going to look at all of the Michael Jordan cards in the card ladder index over the last 1 year to figure out which cards performed the best. To my surprise, there were 14 cards that had doubled in value. Do you have any idea which any of those cards are? Do you own any of these cards? This is going to be a fun video. Let's get cranking. Here we go. I'm not going to take a lot of time on each card because there's 14 of them. I want to get it done in about 20 minutes. Card number 1 on our list, the Upper Deck Star Quest Blue. Beautiful card, not a color match, anything far from it. But this is the blue. It is a Pop 86 card, as you can see over here. It last sold for $300. Now, here's the funny thing about this card. It more than doubled when, in February, the card sold for $400. It's actually retreated since then from $400 all the way down here to $300, but that alone is doubled in value because it was a $150 card in June of last year. So, funny little graph there. I don't think most graphs are going to replicate this one where it was actually 2.5x and then it comes back, but doubled up 100% over the last year. Another card up exactly 100% over the last year is a base card. A lot of people don't know this is a base card. It's a PSA 10 Skybox Premium. It's card number 235. It's actually a subset card, and it is often referred to as the Team Skybox. There is a Rubies variation of this, which I am lucky enough to own, which is really glorious to look at. It looks like there's a bunch of amoebas in the background. You can certainly tell the difference between the Skybox Ruby serial number to 50 parallel and this base card, but this is a great looking base card, and it's a subset card. It's only a Pop 125, not a rare card, but pretty rare in PSA 10 for a Jordan base card. This graph is nothing but up except for a couple of hang-ups down here, which don't really make a lot of sense. The most recent sale of 300 was also the highest sale over the last 1 year. So this card went from 150 to 300, even in South Louisiana. That is a 2x or a 100% increase in value. Skybox, Team Skybox subset card. All right, moving up on the list, we've got our New Heights number 10. This is a card that I absolutely love. I talk about it all the time. We talked about it on the hierarchy. It's one of those Jordan cards that features the Ghost Jordan images trailing in the background. There's a couple of those out there that we've looked at in the past, but this New Heights card is gorgeous. It's from 1995 Flair. It is only a Pop 123, and look at this graph. This is a card that was sniffing around the $1,000 mark. You could have picked it up probably 5 times, man, maybe 2 times in the past year under $1,000, but look now, it's all the way up to $1,850. The card hit a high of $2,130, but it has retreated and then come all the way back, fighting back on April 9th. It sold for $1,850. Next on our list is the Hot List. There's 2 years of Hot List. This is the 1995. I don't think this is the best of the 2 Hot Lists, but this 1995 Hot List card number 1 in PSA 10 condition is only a Pop 27, and when there's only 27 of a PSA 10 out there for Jordan insert, the sharks are in the water, people will fight, people will push, and that is what's happened here. A card that was steadily 1,400, 1,500, 1,576 has jumped all the way to 2,880. So up 102% over the last calendar year for the Hot List, 1995 Hot List. The first PSA 9 we're going to see is the 2001 Topps Chrome Jordan Wizards refractor. I remember pulling this card out of a pack in 2001. Yes, I collected from 1998 through 2003, and I was lucky enough to open a hellacious quantity of Topps Chrome hobby boxes. And this is one of the cards that we were, of course, chasing because we were so excited that Jordan was back in the game. This is a Pop 107 in PSA 9, and look at this inorganic jump. This is one to keep an eye on. I don't think I would comfortably say that it's a $787 card. It was really consistently anywhere from 300 to 400 pretty much. 787 seems like a really big jump for no apparent reason. There's 107 of them out there, so not the rarest card. I'd be real careful on that, but it is on the list and it is up 105%. Next on the list is a card that I've actually tried to grade a few of these raw recently, and I opened a couple of these sets. These come in little box sets. The 1992 Upper Deck All-Star Weekend, card number 15. Card not rare at all. PSA 10, very rare. These cards got beat up and beat to hell inside those little boxes, so pulling one of these out that has not been damaged is very hard to do. As you can see, dark corners, dark edges, front and back. This is a problem. You're not going to find too many PSA 10s of this card, and when the Sharks know that the card is rare things happen. From $299 all the way to $437 in November of last year. Most recently in January of this year, it sold for $630. Do you think the next one would be more than $630 or less than $630? I think it would probably be more, and I'd probably maybe even chase that one. I don't know. But the 1992 Upper Deck All-Star Weekend number 15 right there is up 110% over the last year. Next on our list is a card that we're all familiar with. Most people are familiar with the AW1, right? This is the 1992 Upper Deck Hologram Award winner AW9, which is the MVP card, right? Not the scoring leader, but the MVP card from 1992. This is a Pop 97. Surface is always an issue on these Upper Deck holograms. This AW9 is a Pop 97, and you can see this one jumped massively from $850 in September to $1450 just 1 month later in October of 2023. And although that jump was a massive $600 jump, it jumped even more up here to $1,800 in March of this year. So about 2 months ago, this card sold for $1,800. That's a big jump. That card's up 111% over the last year. One of my favorites, and it's finally getting the respect it deserves, to coin a phrase and a common phrase used in the hobby. The 1997 Soaring Star. I love this card. I know it's not a color match. I know it's not that rare. I know it's not from the greatest product ever, but I just love this card, especially the Soaring Stars high-flying parallel version, but I think the base version is actually the better looking of the two. And that's what this is, with that nice light blue sky in the background. This card has really been on a journey here. I'm not sure what's happening here. Somebody must have had a listing with some misspelled words or something, but that did not go well. But there's a lot of data points on here to support this one. I mean, you're talking about 21 sales over the last 365 days. The card could be had for as low as $275. That's nuts. The last sale was the highest sale, $600, 1 penny shy of 600. It hit 600 also in February, came all the way back down here, which you'd have to go click view all sales and look at it, but it'll screw me up if I do that. But this card has meandered its way back to about a $600 card. If you don't have that card in your collection and you're collecting the Michael Jordan hierarchy, you need to go get that card, because I don't even think 600 is the right number. I think it should be around a $1,000 card. That's just my personal opinion. And I've sold a bunch of those recently. A bunch of these sales are going to be mine. This is a card that I stacked. I think I had 4 of them, 5 of them maybe in PSA 10, something like that. And so I recently liquidated all. I don't think I have any more of them, so I'm not pumping dumping here. Another base card that we're going to look at, believe it or not, the 1998 Fleer number 23. That's the year that Fleer changed the name to Fleer Tradition, but Fleer is Fleer. So this is the Fleer base card, number 23. I wonder how they got number 23. The card has run from as low as 132. The starting point was the lowest point, I believe. Yeah, 132. And it has most recently sold for about 305. There's some craziness going on in here, and again, not all PSA 10s are the same. Maybe there was some whiteness or something like that. Again, it's a really hard card to grade. There's 197 of them out there. They probably printed 25,000. I'm not exaggerating. Maybe 50,000. I don't know. But there's only 197 PSA 10s. A lot of people are liking to collect that Fleer run in PSA 10, 86, 87, 88, 89, 99. You can go for over a decade. There's a lot of Fleer PSA 10 true base cards out there. And this one is one of the lowest population of all those Fleer base cards. That card is up 129.7% over the last calendar year. Next, the first relatively big card we're going to look at is the high voltage. I don't think we looked at another card this big. No, we haven't. The biggest one before this is the hot list. So the high voltage, and it's also the first BGS 9.5. This is the grade that I own this card in. I own a Min Gem BGS 9.5 high voltage that I bought from the great Coleman Cards at a Dallas show one time. This is a Pop 40 in BGS 9.5. Again, remember these cards are going to be skewed. You really got to look closely at these graphs because this might be, this most recent sale might be a Gem++, which people think they can cross to a 10. There's always going to be more value when you've got superior subgrades. And so if you click View All Sales, look at these 4 sales, the platforms they were sold on, who sold them, and what the subgrades were, you might be able to make some sense out of it. But what I can make sense out of is this card was $2,900, $2,700, $2,650, and then it exploded to $6,750. Again, that very much worries me. I'd like to believe that is what the card is worth because I own a copy of the card, but I didn't pay $6,750 for my BGS 9.5. I promise you that, and I don't recommend you paying that for yours because let's wait and see where the next one sells. Nothing is sold since December 5th of 2023. Cards weren't exactly running, even Jordans back then, so that seems odd to me. So I think the card's value is probably closer to the bottom than it is to the top of that graph. Just my personal opinion. That's 132% gain over the last 365 days on that one data point. Here's one, a refractor, 1997. This is the Finishers subset refractor, card number 39. It's a PSA 10, and this is the without coating version, the version that God intended, where there's no words running across Jordan's face and body. The great Vin Baker's in the background for all you Vin Baker ghost card collectors. This is a Pop 26 card. This card is up from 861, sorry, I lost my breath because it went up so much, to $2,200. That is a monstrous most recent sale over the last 2 years. That is the highest sale maybe all time. That is the highest sale all time, and it is not really even close. This card is on nothing. Nobody can even argue this card is on a massively upward trend. Again, this is the 97 Finest Refractor PSA 10 without coating, the way that I collect it. The next 9.5 that we're going to look at on the list is the 93 Beam Team. Remember this? The redheaded stepchild, the forgotten child? Yeah, there is a 92 Beam Team. Everybody loves the 92 Beam Team. It was the first. Everybody loves the 95 Beam Team. It looks like Willy Wonka vomited. This is the 93, which doesn't get a lot of love, even though Kendall Gill's in the background. He had great arms too, by the way. Great body. Big, strong, physical player. Real fun to use on NBA jams with Alonzo Mourning. This 9.5 Stadium Club is a Pop 8. Not tons of these out there. It jumped from 808 to 2550. That's a 215% increase. That's 3X where I'm from. So Beam Team 93 up there. We're moving into the top 2. The second card is interesting, and I picked this card up recently, but I didn't set this record as far as I recall. This is crazy. This is the 1994 Stadium Club Members Only 50, card number 20, PSA 10, and is a Pop 56. Look what this card's done over the last year. It was a $177.50 card, jumped to $535, and then somebody substantiated that with a $560 purchase as well. All time, that's not the highest. Believe it or not, it is not the highest. Again, this is a little misleading because we started with this data point right here, and so that's something always to look at. Look at your 1 month, your 3 month, your 6 month, your 1 year, and then back out to all time, just so you can make sure you get a good frame of reference. If we kind of did this as a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal, card's not even up at all, really. It went from 550 to 560. It just depends on your starting and end points. That's the only math that Card Ladder can do, beginning and end. So you got to do the research on everything in between the beginning and the ending data point. And then lastly, this is nuts, right? This is a card that I don't think I have yet, and I tried to win maybe the last 2 of them, and I got obliterated, blown out of the water by the usual suspects. This is the 1995 Fleer Total O Hot Pack Parallel, and you can always tell because it's got the little Hot Pack symbol on there, which I think is really cool. But this is a Pop 50 Michael Jordan card, and this card most recently sold for $1,230. If we go back to the last year, this is why this is the ding 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 winner. It's up 4x, and it wasn't just one data point, and it's not been just one data point down here. This is a steady increase right here. You could have had this card for $303, which is absurd. $380, I feel like kicking myself in the nuts. Can you do that? 370. It jumped to 750, and somebody's like, whoa, 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 let's pump the jets here. That seems crazy to double. So it dropped all the way back to 580. It hung out in the $500, $600 range for a couple of sales. Then it jumped to 898. And then it just said, you know what, bye-bye in the rearview mirror to the four-figure mark of $1,000, and it exploded all the way to $1,230. So this card went up more than $400 from the last sale to this one. That's a card to keep an eye on as well. Again, Pop 50. There's 3 years of total lows. I forget the years. I think it's 96, 97, 98. I think I got that right. And this hot back version is really, really cool as a Pop 50 card. And that is the grand winner. And it's not really close, to be quite honest with you. That card's up 90% more than the next closest card, which is the members only 50. So that's it. 14 cards that have gone up more than double or double, at least double over the last 365 days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's always fun to look at Michael Jordan cards. If you've got any other ideas on other stuff I can do on my channel, I'm always willing to listen and to do stuff that you guys suggest. I can't promise I'll do it, but I love listening and I love getting input from you guys, because that's the reason I do these videos, is so you guys can see the kind of stuff that you like when you're on the bike or the treadmill or the Stairmaster or pumping weights, or maybe you're just chilling on your couch on a Saturday morning sipping coffee with your kids, running around like maniacs like I am. So thank you guys as always for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.